we have an incredible team. We did something that nobody said was possible. We didn't go back to Congress and ask for legislation. We closed the border. The border is totally secure. You know, you forget. We had a border that I inherited where millions of people were coming through. Now we have a border where no one is coming through.
Mick, let me start with you. It was clear that he wanted to bring things back to the border today. Can he? And will the American people listen?
Sure, he can. Look, I wasn't concerned about the amount of time that he spent on immigration. I thought he would have spent more on the economy because they've got a decent story to tell there. But if his point is, look, let's get back to talking about the southern border where he's doing very well, that's good for him. If he's talking about, and I heard this a couple of times, getting back to that focus that was so critical to the campaign, that 90% issue of let's focus our deportation efforts on the really bad people, on the murderers, on the rapists, on the true criminal aliens, get back to those basics. Yeah, that's a winning argument. I was surprised he didn't spend a little bit more time on the economy today. That's all. That's really my primary criticism.
Sean, you know, you used to like to walk into the president and say, boss, here's how things are playing, and it's playing well. There was obviously a pivot and a change from the president over the last 24 hours. Where do you suspect he goes with this going forward?
Well, two things. One, on the border specifically, that's still a winning issue. When you look at the disparity in the polling, the American people give the president kudos, and rightly so, for his work securing the southern border and keeping people from illegally entering it. That's not the same as when you ask him about immigration policy, and that's sort of what's going on in Minnesota, et cetera. And so I think he wants to remind people of the root cause, so to speak, something that Kamala Harris couldn't get at. And he wanted to remind people, I've done what I said I would do. Keep the focus on the accomplishment that's still a net positive. That's what I really got in this, and I think you're going to continue to see that, which is remind people, and not just people, but everyone that has to run the midterm. This is the winning message. Talking about the border, what we've done to secure it, what the results have been, not only keeping folks from illegally entering, but keeping drugs and crime out of the country from coming in. But that's where I think they really want that message to be. And to Mick's point, sure, I mean, it's repetition. They got to remind people. What I thought was interesting today is this speech should have been given right after the passage of the big, beautiful bill, right? This was a lot of no tax on tips, all the stuff that was codified in May. I'm glad he's doing it. They should do more of it. I hope they're out there once a week doing this. But it's interesting that this speech today could have been done 5 months ago.
Mick and Sean, let me leave both of you with this. Give me, if you can, in 15, 20 seconds. If you were back in your old roles, Chief of Staff, Press Secretary, Mick, I'll start with you. Given where the president is tonight, what would you be telling him?
Back to basics, but we have to build on it. We have to go back out. We have to do this 3 times a week for the next 39 weeks.
Sean?
Pretty much the same. I'd say double down on this. Let's do more of it. Let's get the cabinet to do more of it. Let's get our congressional leaders to do more of it. This has got to be a constant refrain. The thing that people are missing in campaigns now is it's not 1,000 or 1,500 points before this. One quick note, though. Kudos to NewsNation. As I scan the channels, NewsNation was the only major cable station covering this live right now. So this is a reminder to the White House that you can't just do an event and call it quits, right? You got to hammer it home with surrogate events, with local events. You've got to make sure that you are going where people are. That's independent media. The president did a great job of this on the campaign. You can't rely on just doing an event and hoping it gets picked up. You've got to hammer this home everywhere people are at.
Blake, please let the record reflect that I knew what 15 to 20 seconds was, and Spike was still struggling with that.
Well, we'll leave it there. He is the president of the United States.
Just a reminder, and just a quick reminder, Blake, Mick was acting chief of staff.
Yeah,
I was actually the
you guys.
Can I borrow your jacket, Spicer?
We could do it on that. I got to run a break.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.